Peace and blessings. First, I'd like to thank Jeff, and I'd like to thank Chelsea Community Church for having me. It's both an honor and a privilege to be here before you today. I'd like to welcome y'all also in this holiday season, to be surrounded by family and a lot of joy. In Advent, we also celebrate the coming of Jesus Christ, right? And some of the gifts that he's brought. Today's title is called The Power of Hope. When we first think about hope, we also often think about it as this flimsy word, something magical or whimsical, something not holding much value, wishful thinking. However, hope is a gift from God. And I would like to define, what is hope? Hope is defined as positive feeling of anticipation, a belief that something good will happen, and a strength that can be helped people in a difficult time. The Bible says that hope is something to hold fast to like a rock. Hebrews 6:19 says that we have this hope as an anchor for our souls, for firm and secure. One of the things, before we can really appreciate hope, we have to look at the absence of hope, which would be hopelessness. Have you ever looked around and looked into the eyes and seen what it looks like to see someone with no hope? Have you ever seen the emotion of someone in despair that has no hope? Well, I have. As I walked through my journey and I looked into the men's face that surrounded me, and I saw the absence of hope, and I saw the look of despair, it was disheartening to me. So for myself, when I realized that I have a gift of hope from God, it's a powerful gift. When you think about hope as an anchor, something that holds you firm or secure, what is an anchor? An anchor is something that holds a ship. No matter what's going on in the water, that anchor, you have faith in that anchor that you will get through, right? Today I ask you, what is your hope? Do you have hope or are you hopeless? In this time that we live in, a lot of things is up in the air, right? And you look at your hope and you say, am I hopeful? Have I unpacked the gift given to me from God of hope? Do I stand firm and secure? Am I anchored to that hope? Do I have some anticipation in that hope? In this holiday season, in Christmas, when you was a child, if you remember back, it said an anticipation. Do you remember being a child waiting to open your gifts? Do you remember the anticipation? That anticipation was attached to emotion. You had an emotion. You was expecting something to happen. You was expecting something good. So this is the power of hope. Hope is to be able to expect something good. No matter what's going on around you, no matter how choppy the waters of your life are, you can expect something good in the hope that God has given us, in the hope that Jesus Christ has given us. So I ask you today, do you reside in a place of hopelessness or hope, right? Because there is no in-between. It's either you're hopeful or you're hopeless. And what does hope look like? Hope looks like void of emotion, void of anticipating anything good. If you're not anticipating anything good, what are you anticipating? Something bad, something terrible, right? Most of the time we think about our faith as something intellectual, that you understand that you have God for the hereafter, that God will keep you. But this is all intellectual. It has nothing too much to do with your emotion. The hope that's been given to you by God is a hope of anticipation, a hope of when you're going through something. People should be able to see the joy in your eyes, see the emotion that's attached to your hope. When people look into your eyes, what do they see? Do they see hope or do they see hopelessness? I know that when I was going through my journey and I walked through the hallways of the steel and the concrete and looked into the cages of the men who was away from their family during these holiday seasons, I saw a lot of hopelessness. I saw a lot of despair. They was expecting nothing good. But I was fortunate enough to be able to have understood God and understood my friend Kathy Reid, who was Rising Hope, who brought me hope. And it changed me and it gave me a hope. It gave me an expectation. I was anticipating something good. It was able to hold me firm like an anchor during the storm. And I've been in many storms since then. But my hope, which seems like an empty word, wishful thinking, something magical, but it's a gift from God that I've unpacked. And my hope has been able to carry me. My hope has been able to keep me. My hope has been able, when people see me and look into my eyes, they can see the emotion that's attached to my hope. They can see me anticipating something good. And when you're hopeless, people look at you and they see you, and who wants to be around anything that's hopeless? Right? And what we do is we attach our faith to strength. And in your hopeless state, you say, I have faith, oh, whatever it is, I'll endure. Whatever it is, I'll endure. That's not the hope that God gave you. God gave you a hope that says you can anticipate something good. So during this holiday season, I ask you, are you a child that goes through every day? And did you see that it said a future? He has promised you hope, and he has promised you a future. A future don't mean today. A future means that you have days to come. It means that you have days to come and anticipate something good. I know for myself, I have anticipated something good. I wake up with a joy. When people interact with me, they feel a joy. When they look in my eyes, they see a joy. And that joy is the hope given to me by God. So I ask you, what state of mind are you in? Are you hopeless or are you hopeful? Jeremiah 29:11. God promises people that his plans are not for evil, but to give them a future and hope. God has promised. Can hope be something to be dashed away? If God has promised it to you, God has given it to you? No, that's a gift that needs to be unwrapped. That's a gift that needs to empower you. That's a gift that needs to connect to your emotions. When you're going through life, does it say, oh, everything that you see when you're going through is going to be doing great? No, would you need an anchor in calm waters? No, it said it's an anchor that's going to hold you firm and secure because you're anticipating storms. But you're anticipating storms not to go through with the strength of your faith, but the joy and emotion of your hope. So I ask you today again, are you hopeful or are you hopeless? There is no in between. It's either you're a believer or you are not a believer. It's either you unpack God's promise or you don't unpack God's promise. Because I know for myself, when I see someone who's hopeful and I see their eyes and their emotions are attached to that hope in real time, it passes hope on to me. When you walk through the street, do you see hopeless people? And when you say that, I'm not connected to them, I have no attachment to them. No, when they look at you, they're supposed to be able to connect on to your hope. With kind words, you can pass hope. So today I told you, I asked you, are you hopeful or are you hopeless? I know that I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the future that I've been promised. I stand firm on the anchor of my hope. And in this holiday season, are you still unpacking your gifts that God has given you of love, of peace, of hope? Or have you packed it up and you no longer anticipate a future? Are you just surviving? Are you just surviving on the strength of your faith? So I ask you today to please live in Romans 12:12. Be joyful in your hope. Attach your hope to your emotions. Thank you.